Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you were there? Or struggled to recall the name of someone you just met? These may seem like small slips, but they can feel alarming, especially if they start happening more often. What if I told you that what you eat every day could be silently shaping the future of your brain? Yes, the foods you choose today might be the very thing standing between a sharp mind and the slow decline of memory. Dementia isn't just a distant worry for the elderly. It is becoming a growing concern even for people in their 40s and 50s. And while memory loss might feel like an inevitable part of aging, science is now showing us something radically hopeful. Your brain health can be protected, even restored, by making the right nutritional choices. Imagine waking up with mental clarity, recalling names, faces, and conversations as if you were back in your 40s again. You are not alone in this journey. Millions silently struggle with forgetfulness, foggy thinking, and fears about their mental decline. But here's the good news. There are specific natural foods that have been shown to protect your brain, support memory, and even reduce your risk of dementia. In this video, we'll uncover just 6 powerful foods that could make all the difference. Simple to find, easy to add to your daily life, and backed by science. These foods may help you reclaim the clarity and vitality you thought was gone forever. Memory loss isn't something that strikes all at once. It starts slowly, forgetting where you placed your keys, missing appointments, repeating the same story twice. At first it feels like simple distraction, but over time these moments can turn into a terrifying pattern. Dementia is no longer just a condition affecting the elderly. It's creeping into younger generations, especially those in their late 50s and even 40s. According to the World Health Organization, over 55 million people worldwide live with dementia, and nearly 10 million new cases are diagnosed every year. This isn't just about forgetting birthdays or misplacing a remote. It's about losing your independence, your relationships, and even your identity. Dementia doesn't just erode memory. It affects language, reasoning, emotions, and behavior. For families, it's heartbreaking to watch a loved one slowly fade away, not recognizing faces or remembering names. And for the person affected, it can feel like slipping into a fog you can't escape. What makes this more alarming is how preventable much of it could be. Experts are now linking lifestyle choices, especially diet, to the rise in cognitive decline. Foods high in sugar, processed fats, and artificial additives can inflame the brain, disrupt blood flow, and even contribute to the buildup of harmful plaques that accelerate memory loss. On the other hand, certain natural foods have the power to heal, protect, and even reverse some of the damage. Modern research into nutrition and brain health has led to a hopeful shift. Scientists have identified nutrients that stimulate brain cell repair, enhance communication between neurons, and support the production of brain-protecting chemicals. These aren't exotic pills or complicated supplements. They're everyday foods that might already be in your kitchen, just waiting to be used properly. If you're someone who's worried about a parent showing signs of memory loss, or if you've started noticing changes in your own focus, mood, or ability to remember, you're not imagining things. These small signs are early warnings, and the time to act is now. Because the earlier you begin protecting your brain, the more powerfully these changes can shape your future. In the next part of the video, we'll dive into the first of 5 natural foods that research shows can dramatically reduce your risk of dementia and help restore mental clarity. It's not only effective, it's absolutely delicious. Blueberries, the tiny fruit that defends your brain. Imagine a food so powerful that it can literally slow the aging of your brain. Now imagine it fits in the palm of your hand and tastes sweet, tart, and refreshing. We're talking about blueberries, often called brain berries by scientists for a reason. These small fruits are packed with antioxidants, particularly a group called anthocyanins, which give them their deep blue color and their powerful healing properties. Studies have shown that these compounds can cross the blood-brain barrier and protect neurons from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust in the brain. It slowly breaks down healthy cells and impairs communication between neurons. Over time, this damage can lead to memory loss, confusion, and cognitive decline, but blueberries help neutralize these effects. In one study published by the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, Older adults who consumed blueberry juice daily showed significant improvements in memory and learning in just 12 weeks. That's not just interesting, it's transformative. What's even more incredible is how easy it is to include blueberries in your routine. You can toss them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, mix them with yogurt, or just eat them by the handful as a snack. And for those watching their sugar intake, don't worry. Blueberries have a relatively low glycemic index and are safe for most people with diabetes, making them a smart choice across the board. But the benefits go beyond memory. Blueberries have also been linked to reduced inflammation in the brain, better blood flow, and even improved mood. They support the hippocampus, the region responsible for long-term memory, and may even encourage the growth of new brain cells, something once thought impossible in adults. It's like giving your brain a fresh start, one spoonful at a time. If fresh blueberries aren't always available, frozen ones are just as potent. Just make sure they're unsweetened and without additives. You can also find high-quality blueberry powders or extracts if you prefer supplements, though the whole fruit is always the gold standard when it comes to nutrition. Starting with just half a cup a day can already begin to make a difference. The key is consistency. Think of it as daily fuel for your memory, your focus, and your long-term cognitive resilience. Every handful is a tiny shield protecting your most precious asset, your mind. Fatty fish, omega-3s that rebuild your brain. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful brain-repairing foods on the planet. Fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring. These aren't just rich sources of protein. They're loaded with a specific type of fat that your brain absolutely craves. Omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats, especially DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, are essential building blocks of the brain. In fact, your brain is nearly 60% fat, and omega-3s make up a large portion of that structure. But here's the thing, your body can't produce DHA on its own. That means if you're not eating enough fatty fish or getting omega-3s through your diet, your brain may literally be starving for what it needs to function optimally. This deficiency can accelerate brain shrinkage, impair memory, and increase your risk of cognitive decline. One major study published in Neurology found that people with higher levels of DHA had brains that looked 2 years younger than those with lower levels, and they performed significantly better on memory tests. The benefits of omega-3s extend to every layer of your brain's function. These fats reduce inflammation, repair cell membranes, and improve the communication between neurons. This translates to better focus, sharper memory, and even protection against diseases like Alzheimer's. Omega-3s also increase levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that promotes the survival and growth of new neurons. Think of it as fertilizer for your brain's garden. Including fatty fish in your diet 2 to 3 times per week is a fantastic goal. Grilled salmon with lemon, sardines on toast, or even tuna mixed into a salad. These are simple, delicious ways to nourish your brain. And if you don't eat fish or follow a vegetarian diet, don't worry. There are plant-based alternatives like flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and especially algae oil supplements, which contain DHA directly sourced from marine algae. If you're considering supplements, look for high-quality fish oil that contains both EPA and DHA in triglyceride form for better absorption. Be sure it's tested for purity and free from heavy metals. But again, real food should always be your foundation. There is something uniquely beneficial in the full nutritional package of whole fish that supplements can't quite match. It is also worth noting that omega-3s done just help with memory. They were strongly linked to improved mood, reduced risk of depression, and even slower brain aging. So by making a simple change in your dinner plate, you are not only protecting your mind, you're re-improving your quality of life in ways you will feel every single day. Turmeric, the golden spice that shields your mind. At first glance, turmeric might just look like a colorful kitchen spice, great for adding flavor and color to curries. But beneath that golden hue lies one of the most potent natural brain protectors ever discovered. The secret? A compound called curcumin. This powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent has been shown in multiple studies to cross the blood-brain barrier and target inflammation. one of the root causes of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer, AS, and Parkinson's. Chronic inflammation in the brain doesn't cause pain like a sore muscle does, but it quietly damages neurons over time, disrupting memory, mood, and focus. Curcumin helps neutralize this threat. One study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that people who took curcumin twice a day experienced significant improvements in memory and attention over 18 months. Brain scans even showed fewer signs of amyloid plaques, the sticky proteins that contribute to Alzheimer's disease. Turmeric isn't just powerful, it's also incredibly versatile. You can add a teaspoon to soups, stews, scrambled eggs, or smoothies. Mix it with a pinch of black pepper and a healthy fat like olive oil or coconut milk to boost absorption by up to 2,000%. This simple spice combo becomes a powerful daily brain tonic. You can also drink it as golden milk, a warm, comforting blend of turmeric, milk or plant milk, cinnamon, and a touch of honey. If you're someone who doesn't enjoy the taste of turmeric, high-quality curcumin supplements are also widely available. Just make sure they include piperine from black pepper or are formulated for enhanced bioavailability. As with anything, consistency is key. A little turmeric daily is far more powerful than a large dose once in a while. Beyond memory, turmeric may also help fight symptoms of depression and anxiety. That's because curcumin can boost levels of serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good brain chemicals. Many people report feeling calmer, more focused and mentally energized after just a few weeks of regular use. Think of turmeric as brain insurance, a simple, inexpensive habit that could shield your memory and mental clarity for decades. In cultures where turmeric is a dietary staple such as India, rates of Alzheimer's disease are significantly lower. That's not a coincidence, it's a clue. And it's one you can start using today right from your kitchen. Leafy greens, nature's brain-boosting shield. When we think about protecting our brain, most people jump to supplements or special vitamins. But what if one of the most powerful memory-protecting secrets was hiding right in your salad bowl? Leafy greens, like spinach, kale, arugula, collard greens, and Swiss chard, are some of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. They're packed with folate, vitamin K, lutein, beta-carotene, and other essential compounds that nourish brain cells and support long-term cognitive function. A remarkable study from Rush University Medical Center followed older adults for several years and found that those who ate just one serving of leafy greens a day had the memory function of someone 11 years younger than those who rarely ate them. 11 years, that's not a small benefit. That is the difference between remembering your grandchild's recital and struggling to recall what day it is. These greens support areas of the brain responsible for thinking, reasoning, and memory retention. Folate, also known as vitamin B9, plays a critical role in breaking down homocysteine, an amino acid that in high levels has been linked to brain shrinkage and increased risk of dementia. Vitamin K helps maintain brain cell membranes and has been shown to improve episodic memory. Lutein and beta-carotene act as antioxidants, shielding your brain from free radicals that age it from the inside out. Adding greens to your diet doesn't have to be boring. You can blend a handful of spinach into your morning smoothie without changing the taste. Toss chopped kale into soups and stews. Use romaine or arugula as a base for sandwiches or wraps instead of bread. And don't forget about sautéed collards or mustard greens, seasoned with garlic and olive oil. They're both comforting and incredibly nourishing. Even better, leafy greens work best when eaten regularly. Aiming for at least 5 servings per week can offer noticeable improvements over time. If you struggle with digestion or absorption, lightly cooking your greens can help break down fibers and make nutrients more accessible without reducing their benefits too much. This is brain fuel you can grow in a garden, find in any market, and eat in countless ways. Leafy greens aren't just good for your waistline or heart. They're a direct investment in your mental clarity and long-term independence. With every bite, you're strengthening neural pathways, sharpening focus, and building a mental reserve to keep your memory strong for years to come. Walnuts, the brain-shaped nut that strengthens memory. Have you ever noticed how a walnut looks like a miniature brain? That's not just a coincidence. it's nature dropping a hint. Walnuts are one of the most powerful brain foods available, and their shape reflects their function. They are packed with alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that supports brain structure and function. But beyond ALA, walnuts also deliver antioxidants, vitamin E, polyphenols, and amino acids that all work together to protect your brain against inflammation and age-related decline. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that older adults who consumed walnuts regularly performed significantly better on cognitive tests than those who didn't tea. Even more striking, researchers discovered that walnut consumption was associated with a slower rate of cognitive decline, particularly in areas of memory, concentration, and processing speed. This is crucial in a world where mental sharpness often starts to fade earlier than expected. One reason walnuts are so effective is their ability to fight oxidative stress in the brain. This stress, caused by free radicals, is like invisible rust that gradually breaks down brain cells. The antioxidants in walnuts act as a natural defense system, helping preserve neurons and even support the growth of new connections. Vitamin E, in particular, is a fat-soluble antioxidant that stabilizes cell membranes and helps slow brain aging. Walnuts are also incredibly versatile and easy to include in your daily routine. Just a small handful, about 5 to 7 whole walnuts, is enough to make a difference. You can snack on them raw, toss them into a salad, blend them into a smoothie, or crush them into homemade energy bars. They add a rich, satisfying crunch and are naturally low in carbs, making them suitable even for people watching their blood sugar or following low glycemic diets. For best results, choose raw or dry roasted walnuts without added salt or sugar, and store them in a cool, dark place, or even in the fridge, to preserve their healthy oils and prevent rancidity. If you have nut allergies, alternatives like pumpkin seeds or flax seeds can offer similar brain-boosting benefits, though they may not pack quite the same punch as walnuts. Incorporating walnuts into your daily diet isn't just about memory, it's about resilience. It's about protecting your most valuable asset, your ability to think, reason, feel, and connect with others. With each bite, you're feeding your brain the tools it needs to remain vibrant and alert, not just now, but for the rest of your life. Eggs, the complete brain package in a shell. For decades, eggs were misunderstood, blamed for cholesterol, and often pushed aside in favor of so-called healthier options. But modern science has redeemed this humble food, revealing it as one of the most complete and beneficial brain-supporting foods you can eat. Eggs are especially rich in choline, a nutrient that plays a crucial role in the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in mood, memory, and mental clarity. And yet, according to data from the US Department of Health, over 90% of Americans don't get enough choline in their diet. Choline doesn't just help your brain think better, it literally helps build and repair brain cells. During pregnancy, it supports the brain development of the fetus, and in adulthood, it maintains the integrity of brain structure. Low levels of choline have been associated with poor memory, cognitive decline, and an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases. By eating whole eggs, yes, including the yolk, you are giving your brain a vital compound that's hard to find elsewhere in meaningful amounts. But eggs don't stop there. They also provide high-quality protein, essential for neurotransmitter function, and contain vitamin B12, selenium, lutein, and zeaxanthin, nutrients that work together to support mental sharpness and protect against brain aging. Lutein and zeaxanthin, often associated with eye health, also accumulate in the brain where they enhance cognitive performance and processing speed. The best part? Eggs are incredibly versatile. Scrambled, boiled, poached, or baked into muffins, there are countless delicious ways to add them to your daily life. 1 or 2 eggs a day is generally considered safe and beneficial for most people. If cholesterol is a concern, talk to your healthcare provider. But know that for many, dietary cholesterol from eggs has a minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels, especially when balanced within a healthy diet. You can also combine eggs with other brain foods, scrambled with spinach, cooked with turmeric, or served alongside avocado, for a powerful synergistic brain-boosting meal. They're inexpensive, widely available, and require no complicated preparation. Just crack, cook, and enjoy. Adding eggs to your regular diet is like giving your brain a head start each morning. It's a small, satisfying habit that delivers big cognitive rewards, helping you think clearer, remember faster, and age with confidence. Your brain is the command center of your life, your memories, your personality, your decisions, your very essence. And as we've seen, protecting it doesn't require expensive therapies or complicated regimens. It starts with something simple and powerful: the food you eat every day. Blueberries, fatty fish, turmeric, leafy greens, and walnuts. These are not just ingredients in your kitchen. They are tools that science has shown can help you preserve memory, restore clarity, and keep your brain sharp well into your later years. By incorporating just a few of these foods consistently into your daily routine, you could be making one of the most important health decisions of your life. Small changes can yield massive results over time. Remember, your brain isn't doomed to decline. With the right nutrients and daily care, it can stay active, healthy, and vibrant. The earlier you start, the stronger the protection. But it's never too late to begin. If this video helped you see things differently, or gave you hope about your memory and future, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button to let us know you're with us on this journey. Subscribe to the channel for more science-based strategies to live longer and better. And share this video with someone you care about, because protecting the mind is a gift we all deserve.